Hello, it is the time of the month again, and we bring to you second season of the Vybez Show. Today we have an interesting topic that we'll be discussing. My name is Bakaay. Stay tuned whilst we go for the entertainment fun bit for today.
Schoolmaster, this is about him. That's the only job you get. Yeah, Kai. Bring you the young boy. Papa, you say, come and see them again. Finish your crop.
Anyway, I told you we have an interesting topic that we'll be treating today, and I have with me in the studio somebody from the health sector, because today we are going to talk about mental health. I'm sure you've heard about it, but as in when you even find yourself in a situation like that, I'm sure you don't know. So today we'll be talking about mental health, and I have with me Mr. Welfred Wosleley-Pray, who is a mental health nurse at Bakaay Hospital. But before we start the whole discussion, let's go through health tips for the day. Okay, so I'm sure you've learned something today, right, with the health tips. Okay, I told you already, I have with me a mental health nurse from Bakaay Hospital, who is Welfred Wosleley-Pray. Hello, Wilfred.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, and it's in the topic, talking about mental health. Me, I sure that most of the time, I think lately, there's been awareness on mental health a lot, because over Africa had we don't really pay much attention to it. But lately, we see that it's echo radio do, TV do. You see people talk about it a lot.
Yeah, it has improved.
Yeah. Tell me about when we say mental health. What are we talking about?
So, thank you for your question. So, when we say mental health, it's a state of mental well-being, which enables a person to be able to realize his abilities, and also learn well, work well, and basically contribute meaningfully to the society. So that's basically mental health.
Okay, it's a not sure day. If you're saying a state of nipane behavior, na most of your
state of mental well-being
is what we can determine whether mental health is okay and they're not okay. Okay, so at which point in able to market that this person no okay.
Before I go on, what your mental health, your mental illnesses and mental disorders. Mental health on the medical treatment. So depending on the state of mental well-being, or to realize the abilities. Or to whether academically or handwork and other. Or to or you do most fine. No to no buffer from the community now. No any for mental health.
Okay.
So the mental disorder and the mental illnesses, on a look at a range of mental conditions, mental conditions also.
Okay.
Or more from watching painful, watching stuff, watching or friend and being influenced also. And a range of these mental disorders, now affect Nipano the thought, do you all do you all understand nyama? Na do you mood then before and who another the madam Yakamuda and operation. Now people so need behavior.
Okay.
And if this range of mental conditions now affect the mood, the thought, the behavior, to the point that do you all function and do you all relate with Nimpa now how or productive for human or like or affecting negatively, then we see the person is having a mental illness.
Into obine bufua or mental illness.
And before we have like so mood itself is one of the mental health conditions. You have mood disorders,
like mood swings and all that.
In the situation whereby the mood affect negatively relationship with Nimpa.
Okay.
General activities as a whole.
Okay.
So affect Mama I'm an important like on your productive on your yes on your productive say human relationships are on the human relationships like it's not good like you go health to be people who are aggressive.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Listening to you, it looks like a very broad thing that we we might actually diagnose. We might end up feeling we have issues because sometimes why build there well any more but if you don't know you're off. In situations them so you are going through some mental illness and
mental challenges.
Oh, okay. Okay, so call out and find the views of the people, what they think when they say mental health, what they think about it. So let's go out and about and find out what people really think when it comes to mental health.
Obi say adreno enye 100%. Yeah, enye 100% means say maybe he or she is going through some challenges. He or she is going through some broken hearts. Be enema like adrenaline is stable. A bar na article because the thinking is too much. And finally say be mo bi ati wakoma e mo broken heart. No. Anytime you sit there, you think about it. Whenever you are alone, you think about it. Whenever you are alone, you think about it. And another one, when you are not doing anything, when you are not working, like if you are doing something now, it doesn't give your attention to what is wrong with you, but you always give your attention to the work you are doing. I think that's how I understand it.
Okay, so to me, I would say that there are a lot of things that we do that cause, let me say, depression. That we can say that it brings a mental health something. And most of the times, there are a lot of things we do. We think a lot. There are some things that we should not be even thinking about, but we used to think a lot about that. Overthinking causes a mental health problem. So actually, this is what I would say that it's a mental health.
It's about a person who is not mentally stable, who does his things abnormally. Yeah, that is how it means. Like when we talk about mental health, it means that the person is not mentally stable. Instead of him behaving like a normal human being, the person behaves like abnormally. And he doesn't do he thinks like normal person does. He behaves like I can't even place it. They say in Bibi and if you say to them, Bokomo Gawalia, where can be the better na to the man of Canadian. Incidentally, what the Bokom was for another will be also one fallen panka for a book to me for one other buy and Massa, Yalabasu to me, Adam. Yalabasu to me, Adam. No, no man tell no. Castle dog cannot basa.
Okay, so you just heard it for yourself. That was the views of the people, what they think. But today we are going to learn more. In your health practitioner was Studio Muhade Nkotende, what the people think and what the health practitioner is going to tell us is what probably we will get to add to it. Anna, in 1 year. It's not most of the time the people or what we don't just have to assume they. Most a year another most a year the man. It is always good to get somebody or what knowledge about it to talk to. That's why we have. That is why we bring to you the Vybez Show. We always bring you people that know what they are talking about. At which point na yebeka day nimpa bi day or namuhi probably or suffer from mental illness.
Okay.
Abanyoma bi dem na waya or they pay attention to say that this person is probably suffering from mental illness.
Okay. That question, that question, it can be in two folds. The first one is only I will say the Sagama more conditioner, but never more conditioner. For instance, say, Obibo who there, Nianco, and a new or challenger, already nipple in the dado, in the old sea, right from infancy and right from time living in the moment changes in behavior. Like for instance, if you mentioned a mood disorder, CBS, and like or lively, open commodity, could grow through or crack jokes now for some time, the moody, another why isolated, why didn't for some time, for 2-3 days, then you should call you or draw your attention that this my friend, minimum did not say, so what could be happening? They draw closer and find out what could be happening. And I think there's anybody there or on Panama, like why they or reserved, or that friend, what's the word, like extrovert, or any them or any friend, on Casa, like on Jago them, but all of us why hyperactive, why Casa when they all crack jokes and that. They want who are the enemy or already should know, but then why they see why the Casa to Jum not doing their sister, their crack jokes, so could be happening. See, that one too should draw attention and panel. The other motive is why they was and joke with the reason why they provided them. Ransom be a even in the panel, Lubufua. Like oh, before I don't know if you show so by one of the signs. It was in Panabufua or like or distracted or say I did. And as if you or cause fight like on any point walk on there, then that one too should draw your attention that Nipano could have any problem. Generally, see when it changes in Nipano behavior. Yeah, that one should draw your attention.
Okay.
And as if you are saying so I was personally so even for instance. You're having difficulties with sleep. First, you define when you're there in your sound sleep now. But see, I'm done then, or like and then you like one come home, and I went to there for that long time. I think you said 8 hours into that. What ended up being another 4 hours. No, only that too, and that's why it's episode. There's a break in your sleep pattern. That one should draw your attention. Like we have no problem. And that's what they will. Concentration level no or before to within quite to concentrate. You are easily distracted. Tell you what the exercise the club and what alcohol. Actually because what alcohol. And then focus each other. And then say we level concentration performance there. Sure friend. You should okay which other you could be having a mental challenge be. As if you are it banding pool with banding over there also.
Wow.
When you all of a sudden lose appetite. For a number of time, a number of days, be a week to 2 weeks. That one to alone you or not what you call there.
What's Eric? They are a back car.
Yes, you are did too much.
Okay, it did too much. Okay.
This was anxiety. Why the baby you are kind of you have fear for the unknown. Say yeah, or could you know why they through the BBC. Anxiety, stress.
Yeah.
Could also be.
Wow. Yes, but they share video no when it comes to public views no. Most of them no man no work can you work on mental health and when they will be our about them. But listening to you now no, it looks like mental health and some people made say we lose appetite, we can really relate it to it.
Okay.
But what do you think about what they were saying when it comes to their opinion on Wabodam? Is it like, are they right in a way?
Yes, they are right, but even on a layman's view now.
Okay.
I'm also before I'm going to train, I don't want to be able to be able to. I'm people saying if you say baby or short tell, no why if you know so like those like one of the great personal hygiene into food. I don't know if you don't if you there or say you are doing your I just think about
Okay.
but I don't go from continuing we're mentally challenged and what you remember. And see, when you come to mental health, your sleep disorders.
Okay.
Will be our challenge is sleeping. Insomnia is one of the mental health conditions.
Wow.
Will be our eating disorders.
Wow.
Today, we all see, we can't do it bad. Yeah, and mean it because of the or lose weight.
And anytime you're sure them by now.
On pre-obey body into you are not doing on pre-obey into on puberty. No corner, no difficult to something like a compound in the pool over there. Watch it all.
Honestly, a mental disorder.
Yes, under eating disorders.
Wow.
They always all the D, like, all the D, binge eating, like, all the D, or pro body, or pro gain with, or pro your phone be, to offer the burn over and wine to the D.
Oh, Wilfred, no one chawan, woman, I'm sure they from a had your other for the hospital because the big girl, like, also, so who know also, or pedo or slim more into our mental disorder. Eva, you are suffering from mental disorder.
Don't another nervosa, neo blumia nervosa, too.
Have a day can be
Anorexia,
nervosa, levosa, ne, vosa,
broken levels.
Oh, okay. Now,
bulimia, nervosa.
Oh, the doctors for hospital for more confusion.
And sleep disorders, your father eating disorders, and say mood disorders.
I'm not going to and I'm the soul. Okay,
that's about mood for the disorders,
okay.
Whereby when you ultimately depressed, like when you're depression.
Okay.
And that's the when you're mania.
Okay.
Drug depression, not extreme sadness. Now, why withdrawn, isolation, on the depression. Now, many are hyperactive, or they pace up and down on the million. I say, about a bipolar, bipolar affected disorder. So, I don't know, only a white or depression is also mania. And see, at a point in time, ultimately depressed. The next, if you are second and a minute, you know, I manic. Others are. And see, yaka bipolar, you need to be them condition. And see, bipolar, Nipoko depression at the same time, mania. Okay. But they manifest in like was
just within some seconds and some minutes and
days and all. We all mood swings, no. Right, we all feel mood swings. We all them mood swings or not. People doing
okay, Eka mood swings. Let me take it to them besiafu. When we're getting to the end of the month now, we go through this hormonal changes and imbalance and all that, and it affects our moods. Yeah. At that point, so I describe that as mental illness, Anade.
Okay, for someone to be diagnosed, to be having a mental condition, that current state, should have for at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
Before you can give a diagnosis.
Okay.
But even less than 2 weeks, it's let me say, or call for attention. There, Nipano could be if you are there. You attend to Nipano before it goes past them 2 weeks.
Okay.
It is. If you have one condition, or just you're transient and acute. Okay. It happens just within a short time now.
Okay.
But you also after 2 weeks, then it becomes a severe form. The mental health conditions that you're mild, moderate, severe, and profound.
Okay. What's like a mild, moderate, severe, and profound? Because man, baby. But before then, let's go for a quick break. It is the Vybez Show. welcome back to the Vybez Show. My name is Bakaay. Before we went for break, we were talking about mental health, and I have with me Welfred Wosleley-Pray. Would you know a bit of? I think this is the first time. Wosleley-Pray, who is a mental nurse at Takrady Hospital. And like about mental health. Most of our cousins and people who are working, and it looks like one way or the other, we all go through, those symptoms and all that when it comes to mental health. Before we went for the break, he was saying that mental health and a mental illness, what were stages? It be more than a moderate, it be more than a medium, mild, moderate, and severe. It's a worker sample no. At a point, you need say mild or say moderate too. But in so let's get back to Mr. Wilfred. Before we went for the break, we're talking about the stages of it.
The levels.
And mild, not moderate, not severe. Like give me the transitions. How neighborhood okay in the level no wage mild stage, in the level no moderate, in it no severe. Difference so that say will be around as by this or the
Okay, see, make pain, I don't know what mad because mad. If you mad as like a moderate, then come to severe, then come from the pain bonus in the mad and a moderate level now. And pain they are like we are able to cope with them and like or shy look at insignificant.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but I ignore.
Okay.
Pain don't ever come. But when it gets to severe and the profound not there. It needs often like you can't deal with it. You can't cope with it. Okay. That means what people doing here
medical attention. Okay, into your funded situations because you made mention there, if not baby and two men, then insomnia and all that can be related to mental disorder and illness. Insomnia stage, no, you have a stage.
Also, each of the conditions, they go to that level, and be also,
be higher than
okay. About mad.
Okay.
Or be on your severe them. Will be over some once in a while. Then another time now. Why okay?
Okay, it's a situation now. You find a people way too wage no work or pardon, not the way to severe.
Already the severe and a profound form.
Okay.
I'm painful. I am a you home street no. The mostly suffer schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, which is also another form of. Another type of mental disorder.
So we want not to then when you matter worry.
Like yes, and see such people they are in their own world of fantasy. So they are when we are different. They see things differently, they hear things differently, they do things differently. They hear things differently. Yeah.
Now the microphone, are there chances for them that they can be better?
Oh, of course. And see the good news is that mental health, it doesn't matter the type of mental condition and the level whatever or the number of years in why the person can be treated.
Well, in terms of that, for no home now, it be more than 15 years now. I don't know.
Yes.
There's a possibility that they will be fine.
So long as there's consistent treatment,
the
person will be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
nice. See, and people conversing mental condition, like, but intermittent. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also one thing that we have cure and treatment.
Okay.
They are different things. So with the cure, it is dealt with and cleared. I.e., for instance, if there's a boo or being around diarrhea, which one will do diarrhea or then walk out, unless if you have some kind of contaminated, it will be with them. And if you malaria after treatment correctly, after 3 days, the parasite should be cleared in your system. It's only cure, but mental health, most of them are not cured, but we treat them like they are treatable.
That is the severe ones, Nana.
That is the severe ones. Okay. At some levels, they are mad, moderate, than it. Something another time acute and chronic.
Okay.
So the acute ones, it's like, what's your film preoccupy, and within a short time, it goes away. For instance, if you have a example for acute one, obi akafa yen you are just the first time of taste within a short time or exhibit abnormal behaviors. It is because the substance now, you know, what for the mono, and on what
react to it.
You what trigger them abnormal behavior. To the moment that thing goes away, it wears off from the system. No, the person becomes normal.
Okay. So on woman treatment.
On the no, it doesn't last if you are within a week or two. Sometimes a few hours, the person should be okay.
Okay. Now let me bring the story. I remember Miss Shannon. There was one guy that was living with us. One time, if you school bay, this guy, he was very calm. Every time, he was in the tertiary then. That time, one time, if you school bay, and like, he just came out like why, and they described it as high fever. Now, explain a little of high fever for me, because I don't see how fever has to do with mental illness. High fever, no say about the man.
Okay, in medical setting and in medicine, when we say fever, it has to do with temperature.
Yes.
And to the more temperature will rise more than 30, 36, or surrounding fever. No? Understand? But when you look at parents another layman's language, what's high fever? It doesn't mean that if you are when you have fever there, but what they are trying to say, and what describe situation are not in why hyperactive, why distracted, like what saying, or saruba, or ham, or cool. That's what describe what don't work, and that is what we stem as meaning, and why hypomanic.
See, high fever don't say about some kakra.
Yes, it's one of the mental health disorders.
Okay, now let's come to baby age manakasa. At which point na yenim de okay, baby wage no they no call. Like you need to fear, you need to hospital or banad no call because mental hospital which is Pantine. Ankafuna Pantine. What do call not the level no or a different age. But a beer was some level be able to about hospital wash or nadi. Another day, a year out able to Welfred that's why you behave well now. What one walk up Pantine? Another you refer them. I want to know like which stage you can get to Pantine.
Okay, until the mental health to China. General general health conditions in Biano. Only who walk hospital or doctor prescribe do not walk discipline to walk. But this will do also that this one needs admission. The situation whereby if the condition can be managed in the house, the right medication and treatment for you to continue or do it, treat yourself in the house. But when into from coffee, it could be detrimental. It could be a fatal. The worst could happen. You could even lose your life or cause distraction to property or something. And then you'll be admitted. Okay. Yeah. Then you stabilize the situation. Until when you are better to go home and continue to life. Until ever mental health side as well. Yes, I have better hospital. You want a unit. Okay. And you don't admit. Okay. To really handle cases are able to manage your fee. Okay. Yeah. We give you psychotherapy. We talk to you. We educate you on the condition and the treatment. And you are well. You can deal with it in the house. Okay. Together with your relatives, your family support now. That's why if you are not, you better show now. Which at all, you should do here. You should do one hour. But situation whereby I could fear on board Busafuno. In the sense that if you are able to cause harm to yourself or to your relatives,
the people around you,
and to cause distraction in general, I don't know, you've admitted to hospital. Now, your team or another a stable situation whereby you normal, you know, for you the charge you might be.
Okay. Okay. And see, how can you there somebody in the mood, any behavior crisis, which hasn't probably gotten to the severe stage, a bit to cause harm to people. But in situations like that, how can we support them? What are some of the things that you can advise that we give to those people when we realize changes in their behavior?
Yes, that's for this question. Support in everybody is on a keyword no. But you know, in the treatment or management of mental conditions, the support system should also be key. Support system, people don't put in any part them. Over here, and people just talking to the person because, like I mentioned, psychotherapy is one of the treatment modalities. They do know the last resort, whereby psychotherapy and other forms of therapy, one year effective, and we feel now in do not be. People in the problem are until I effective them. So support system to be I don't know one channel or show love and care. Yeah, we go out feel once and relative when you're in condition, they abandon the person, they think the person is hopeless or the person is useless. And see, they talk to the person anyhow, they didn't attend to the person's needs. Will be all better conditions, or also the person also have needs. Yeah. And see, one day, and people know, say, if you show love and care to the person will become. The thing is that another method is that will be a mental condition that the person is aggressive or the person is harmful or something. But forgetting that if you are treatment and how you relate with the person, if it is how do I say it, like aggressive towards the person, also people are react aggressively. So if you are a board, election arroba, a disrespect now. Mind the people who say you or challenge, but the person has this other senses also in demand. If he feels disrespected, and also who to react to you this person. You can watch your other people you want. What's fair? A come to war. Then we feel the come to me play but no save nicely. To them also to other. Ever say, "My crew so you say people or what we have chess here, Basabi." They did ban I ban Basa said that Amano. It ban own dimple. You go only. But a save nicely, obey the bano. Once you a child or do a child, and madam respecting you, also the person will come down for you. You know, on who are American piano, obey naturally. In that process, the person's mental health, it improves. Okay. And see, support system, you are saying that, yeah, hospital would say that Nipano necessary emotion and adult emotion, but it was a phone system, people who fear. Down your mano, where then. In that process, at least or improve the mental health, healing and treatment, quicker.
Okay, that's interesting. So just as we heard him say, also there, so be all around you. Let's say who there's the same be a nada. It could be that the person is suffering from mental illness and a disorder nadi. Most of the time, we bring them closer to us. And then we show them extra love because for all you know, if I can origin, internal behavior be assassin. We shouldn't feel that we should rather bring them much closer to us and treat them better. Until then, we've been talking about mental health. But before more community man be one, I want to know their own problem. I want to show a problem. I know I don't the dad of it's number for me now. Up and then she's her day. That's way movies ha. Or happy about day and shouldn't this way movies, so that's also this one. Sanadon, watch check it those people not are they having issues?
Yeah, so like I said, mental health condition, mental health disorders are also
fine.
Personality, you have what we call personality disorders.
Okay.
You know, we have personality, you have different types of people. But when it becomes a disorder, like we have personality disorders. And people here are describing it, only personality disorder here. Obsessive compulsive disorder.
OCD.
Yes.
So you one.
I don't know how like that mechanism. Maybe a it is whereby them behavior or affect the function, like how our function would do, how our function would feel.
Okay.
Our function well.
Okay.
Then you can see the here.
Okay.
But if you are a personality, so
okay. Okay.
The money you be a paper here. Like we are saying, if you are the could be, open them to be a sound, and see that people like that will be open paper here.
Maybe one personal disorder. Like there's someone like this. Onion then or start you, Nushbana Kasang. Normally we have to take them normal.
Like I'm saying, it becomes a disorder when it is affecting the relationship with people.
Okay, as far as I'm sure I am you. Or I am like home kakra because if you are the man should be made, but they are always like trying to put things where it used to be. And when you're not really like that, and you are with someone like this, it's a bit worrying. Yes. So those people, you find the way normal.
And like I'm saying. It becomes a disorder when it's affecting the relationship with people.
Nimpana has a new relationship with people. Not the people around so they get affected.
But it's a personality.
Personality, okay.
What won't be a paper here.
Okay.
But like I'm saying, when it becomes overboard, now everybody's complaining like we are issues now.
Okay.
And then it becomes a candidate for mental disorder.
Okay, so I've heard of psychologists, psychiatric. Can you give me the difference? At which point no the who's a psychologist, and at which point no the see the
okay. In simple terms, psychology.
But Eric no that's also the last word that here down.
Oh, okay. So in simple terms, a psychologist has to do with prevention.
Okay.
A psychologist has to do with prevention, and the psychiatrist only has to do with the treatment and the cure.
Okay.
And see, I hope that's
I think that explains itself. Yeah.
And see, I can listen last week.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to mental health.
Okay. So what I'm saying, what I want to say that obi our mental challenge or nimpa has a right also needs in this study. And mental health so yes no respect of person. But the what in nimpa continue the what mean be. It's going to be be see me Afro pain and we be but at any point in time. Okay. And see, I'm kind of let's seek for help if you have a challenge, mentally, psychologically, or there closest relative, and after you come to the hospital and you can be sorted out.
Does health care and health scheme cover it?
Okay, for now we are ruling the mental condition on mental health, but only fully complete.
For now, it's not under Ghana Health. Free health, no woman.
Yeah, health insurance.
Health insurance, yes.
I don't know,
is it under health insurance?
No, I feel you do health insurance. No, like the process is going on. Yeah, but for now, ultimately, for now, you have to pay for it.
It's about my dream on you, anyway, so we've been talking about mental health, urban behavior, and adrimu, Yoruba. That's what we've been talking about so far. Nes Wahade Oniena Kapi. He has actually given us more insight when it comes to behaviors and when we need to pay attention to people and then give them health care. And in them, you sure the Asian ADP. I'm permitted to have your mapping. More of Pia, Miffy Hadea, Minoro Hospital for treatment. Yeah, and I'm sure you've learned it a lot. You're sure that you probably thought that work on mental health or you'll be our bother. But today, you've realized that even insomnia could be a worry, so you need to go to the hospital for checks. Before I go, let me let you know that my glam look is by Lodi's Makeup. Lodi's nande me makeup no fine or the mom. Me also your X and Y head history, and also my dress is by Amy's Shop Afrique. Auntie Morocco, but you know that we are always coming to your screen on Westline TV. I will subscribe, please. You see, is it that button down there? I want you to subscribe. Tap on it and subscribe so that any info that we put on Westline TV, you can get to see it, okay? So subscribe on Westline TV. This is the Vybez Show. My name is Bakaay. It's bye for now, but we'll meet next week. Bye.